गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं मवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवतमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पद आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनाममित्रेवतो महासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अस्मिन् गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। देवीं वाचमजनयन्त देवाः तां विश्वरूपा पुष्पो वदन्ति सा नो मन्दिरेषु मूर्जन्दुहाना तेनर्वागस्मानुपतिष्ठितैतो व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकदातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मश्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रीललितामहात्रिपुरसुन्दरी समेत श्रीचन्द्रमौळीश्वराय नमः। श्रीकाञ्चीकामकोटिपीठाधिपतिजगद्गुरु श्रीशङ्कराचार्य श्रीचरणयोः प्रणामाः। स्वस्ति श्रीमदखिलभूमण्डलालङ्कारत्रयत्रिंशत्कोटिदेवता सेवित श्रीकामाक्षी देवी सनाथ श्रीमदेकाम्बरनाथ श्रीमहादेवी सनाथ श्रीहस्तगिरिनाथ साक्षात्कारपरमाधिष्ठान सत्यव्रतनामाङ्कित काञ्ची दिव्यक्षेत्रे शारदामठसुस्थितानाम् अतुलितसुधारसमाधुर्य कमलासन कामिनी धम्मिल्ल सम्पुल्ल मल्लिका मालिका निश्यन्त मकरन्दझरी सौवस्तिकवाग्निकुम्भ विजृम्भणानन्द तुन्दलिति मनीषि मण्डलानाम् अनवरताद्वैत विद्या विनोदरसिकानाम् शापक श्रीचक्र प्रतिष्ठा विख्यात यशोलंकृतानां निखिल पाषण्ड शण्ड कंटकोद्घाटनेन विशदीकृत वेद वेदांत मार्ग शर्मद प्रतिष्ठापकाचार्याणां श्रीमद् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य श्री जगद्गुरु श्रीमद् शंकर भगवत्पादाचार्याणाम् अधिष्ठाने सिंहासनाभिषिक्त श्रीमद् चंद्रशेखरेन्द्र सरस्वती संयमीन्द्राणाम् अधिष्ठाने सिंहासनाभिषिक्त श्रीमद् जयेन्द्र सरस्वती संयमीन्द्राणाम् अन्ते वासिवर्य श्रीमद् शंकर विजयेन्द्र सरस्वती श्रीपादानां च शरणदनयोः सप्रशयं साञ्जलिबन्धं च नमस्कुर्मः। सो नक्षत्रम् उत्तरप्रोष्ठपद देवता अहिर्बुध्नियः.
நம்ம இது ஒரு நிமிஷம் அந்த ஹோம்வொர்க் கொஸ்டின் ஒன்று பார்ப்போமா?
பாருங்க.
ராசி டு பாதம் கேட்டது கம்பேரிசன். ஸோ 27 நட்சத்திரம்ன்றனால இன்டு 4 போட்டா 108 பாதம் வருது. ஸோ அதை நம்ம 12 ராசியில ஸ்பிளிட் பண்ணோம்னா only 9 வரும். ஸோ அஃப்கோர்ஸ் 9னா இட் won't fall into a single நட்சத்திரம். That's why a padam of a nakshatra might actually make you fall into a different rasi.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That was actually pretty, I mean, that's the summary, but it was pretty interesting to go through the whole thing and understand.
Yes.
Second, the இது கேட்டது ஏன் பௌர்ணமிக்கு அமாவாசையாக்கும் மட்டும் இது இல்லைன்னு. ஏன்னா those are not technically representing a nakshatra or an entity. They are just a form of that entity.
It is actually a phase of the moon, which has a direct influence on us human beings. I won't go into the detailed explanation which I do in other classes, but correct.
Third one was இது சங்கல்பத்துல வர நட்சத்திரம் என்னன்னு கேட்டிருந்தேன். I couldn't figure that out. அதுல வந்து நம்ம எல்லா அந்த டைமோட நட்சத்திரம் சொல்லுவோம். I mean we position. Do
you remember the question? நானே மறந்து போயிட்டேன்.
I think சங்கல்பம் பண்றோம் இல்லையா? சங்கல்பம் பண்ணும்போது அந்த மாதிரி அதுல எந்த நட்சத்திரம் வருதுன்னு அது அட்லீஸ்ட்
புரியுது. I remember the question. Okay, so do you have the sankalpam in front of you?
I mean I kind of know it basically.
Okay, குயிக்காக நான் வந்து ஜஸ்ட் ரொம்ப ஃபுல்லாக நான் பண்ணல. ஸோ டீட்டெயில்டு சங்கல்பம் இது வந்து ரொம்ப டீட்டெயில் இல்லை. ஆக்சுவலி பெரிய பெரிய ப்ரோக்ராம்லாம் அதிருத்ரம் சஹஸ்ரசண்டி இதெல்லாம் பண்ணுறதே பார்த்தா இன்னும் நம்ம ஆக்சுவலி 1.5 மணி நேரம் போகும் சங்கல்பம். There are plenty of things that are there. So understand the meaning of sankalpam. It is not a joke. It is actually a contract that you are signing, right? So basic sankalpam வந்து பிரதான சங்கல்பம். சுக்லாம் பரதரம் விஷ்ணும் சசிவர்ணம் சதுர்புஜம் பிரதன்னவதனம் தியாயே சர்வ விக்னோபசாந்தயே. இது ஒரு ப்ரேயர் ஆயாச்சு. அப்புறம் பிராணாயாமம் பண்ணுறோம், ரைட்டா? காயத்ரி மந்திரத்தை சொல்லி முடிச்சு மமோபாத்த சமஸ்த துர்தக்ஷேத்வாரா ஸ்ரீ பரமேஸ்வர் பிரீத்தியர்த்தம் சுபே சோபனே முகூர்த்தே பிரம்மண தித்தீய பரார்த்தே இதெல்லாம் வந்து காலத்தோட டைம் நான் சொல்கிறோம், ஹைரார்கி. புரியுதா? ஸோ ஸ்வேதவராக கல்பால இருக்கும், வைவஸ்வத மன்வந்தரால் இருக்கும். வித்தின் ஸ்வேதவராக கல்பே வைவஸ்வத மன்வந்தரால் இருக்குது. எல்லா கல்பாஸும் ஆல்ரெடி நேம்டு, எல்லா மன்வந்தராவும் ஆல்ரெடி நேம்டு, எல்லா யுகாவும் ஆல்ரெடி நேம்டு. புரியுதா? தட் இஸ் ஹைரார்கி. ஸோ ஸ்வேதவராக கல்பே வைவஸ்வத மன்வந்தரே அஷ்டாவிம்சதிதமே கலியுகே, that we are in Kaliyuge, in Vaivasvata Manvantara of Shvetavaraha Kalpa. Clear? Are you getting the hierarchy?
Yep.
ஸோ பிரதமே பாதே எல்லாரும் சொன்ன கலியுகம் முடிஞ்சதுன்னா நமக்கு எல்லாமே முடிய போகிறது, பிரளயம் வரும் அப்படி இப்படின்னு. பை த வே, த பேட் நியூஸ் இஸ் கலியுகம் இப்போ தான் ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கு. It's just started. We are in the 5,000 years completion of Kaliyugam. That is why it is prathame pade. So if we divide Kaliyugam itself into 4 segments, we are in the first segment. Then you are giving the GPS coordinates, geographical location. If you are in India, it is in part of the Jambu Dweepam. All the entire earth is divided into various Dweepa. Where America falls, it is called Krauncha Dweepe. Right? Then again, you are getting into Ramanaga Varshe, Aindra Khande. This is Aindra Khande. Whereas if you are in India, you say Bharata Khande. So geographical location வருது. Meroho. Then again you are getting a reference, anchor point, coordinates mari. Like if you have access system, you say this is the origin. Meru is the origin for all of us. So if you are in India, right below Meru is Dakshine Parshve. Whereas we say Paschime Parshve. We are more towards west. Sahabde, Asmin, Vardhamane, Pro. So all of those things you say. Sashtyanam, Samvatsaranam Madhye. Then you come to the year. There are various shakhas in that. It's very interesting. If you spend time, you will see there are very many shakhas. Shamvat Shakha, Anda Shakha, and the Shakha. So when you talk of the name of the year, it is as per that Shakha that we all follow. Correct? Right now we are in Shobhakritanama. Beauty is they have already named all the Shakhas, all the years. So this is not some random somebody waking up in the morning and say, okay, let us call it a Shobhakritanama. அப்படியெல்லாம் இல்லை. Or politician, BJP வந்ததுன்னா இந்த பேர், காங்கிரஸ் வந்ததுன்னா இந்த பேர், அதெல்லாம் கிடையாது. It's all fixed, predetermined and fixed. Then you are talking of the sun position, Uttarayani, Dakshinayani, all of that stuff, right? Then you come to Ritu. There are seasons, which 6 seasons are divided. In the Ritu, and the Ritu. Ritu is Mase. Correct? One Ritu can go across two Masa. Correct? So that's why you have 6 Ritus. So in that Ritu, again you come down to Pakshe. We don't have a week concept. It's a Paksha. Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha. Primarily again based on the Tithi of the moon. That is where the connections are. So indirectly you are already factoring by talking about the Tithi. Puja means you say Shubha Tithau. Shraddha means Punya Tithau. These are the differences that you make in the Sankalpam adjustments. Then you come down to within the Paksha Vasaraha, the day of the week. So we have already Friday is Bhrigu Vasara, all of those things. Then Nakshatram. In this day, in this Tithi, within the Tithi, we have that Nakshatram, which is the primary Nakshatram for the day.
So it's not a fixed nakshatra, right?
Annitha Tediyoda Nakshatram. Right? Sometimes you say Purva Proshabada Nakshatra, Purva Proshabada Upari Uttara Proshabada Nakshatra. Sometimes Tithi also comes twice. If you get into that world, it is a very detailed technical world. If you are doing puja karyam, Tithi, what do you call it as? Muhurtam edukkaradhukku. So if it is a puja karyam or it is a shraddha karyam, the reference point is different. And again, unfortunately, we have grown up in India where practically we are close to the equator, so everything is fixed. Rahu Kalam almost fixed, so everybody has memorized it. If it is Monday, Rahu Kalam is there, Tuesday. In the US, you cannot do that. Rahu Kalam is determined based on Suryodaya. Oh. Yeah, and the lowest denomination of time is called Ghatikam. We don't follow the seconds, hour, etc. We have Hora and Ghatika. Ghatika is the lowest. Nadi ni solluva adukku. Nadi illa, Nadi. So approximately 22 minutes or 22 and a half minutes is one Nadi. So you will see in all your Jadagam, Patrikas, etc., you will say Suryodayam என்னன்னு சொல்லி அதுலேருந்து எத்தனை நாழி. That is the calculation. So there is so much of importance given to all that stuff. Then you talk about your Gotram, your own lineage, your own family, Nakshatram, everybody. That is your identity. That's your sort of social security card number mari or Aadhaar card number mari. Nakshatram, Rashi and Sharman, technical name, spiritual name, and who you are. If you are the person doing the puja, you will say Mama. Then you will talk about Mama Dharma Patnyasya, Mama Jyeshta Kumaryam, Kanishta Kumaryam, Jamata, Maapalena Jamata, Mamiyarna Swashruhu, எல்லாத்துக்கும் பேர் இருக்கு. So you reference all those relationships and you say Asmakam, then you start praying for the whole world. Asmakam Sahakudumanam Bandhur Janavargasya Sarvesham Bhaktajananam Mahajananam Kritika Nakshatradi Apabharani Anteshu. You start with that reference of Nakshatra.
Okay.
So Itara Ellarum, all other Nakshatram இருக்கிற ஸ்டார்ட் டு எண்ட் வரைக்கும் அத்தனை நட்சத்திரத்துக்கும் ரெஃபரன்ஸ் போட்டு ஜாதானாம் சுப நாமதேயானாம் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சவா தெரியாதவா எல்லாருக்கும். That is the reference I was talking about.
Got it. Thank you.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So now when you start learning these things and put them in the reference and context, your subject becomes more interesting and you'll start remembering things and relate to things. That was the whole idea of you learning Vedam, right? Not just reading PDF. That's what the point I'm trying to make. Make it more of saying, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Can I compete with Jnanaskanda Mama? Answer is no. He also knows that. I also know it. That is not our objective, to compete with anybody. But when Jnanaskanda Mama and Kailash Vadhyar, they see that we sit down and take so much interest and we are knowledgeable in what we are doing, they get motivated and excited to do their best. So overall, if you remember, when they do Sankalpam, etc., right, I don't follow word by word. He'll start, I'll finish the Sankalpam to a certain point. Not to act over smart, but to say, listen, you don't have to spend word by word. So that way, they will be able to cover more during the same time. These are the benefits. It's not about showing that I know everything, the bragging. Got it? So I encourage all of you, whatever you know, you chant and let the Vadyar correct you. There is no harm. Don't have ego. I have learned everything. Now I know everything. How are you correcting it? No, it's always good to get corrected. And especially from people who are very, very well educated. You should be blessed that they're taking interest in you, trying to guide you or correct you. And they'll share some more information also. The things which I may not have taught, even I may not know. I also learn many things. So that is the whole purpose. Okay. So appreciate that you did the homework and you remembered. And now you will have to charge everybody else fees because they are taking the easy route. They are all busy, so they are not doing the homework.
I did it in a slightly different way.
You tell your version, so what?
Yeah, it's very interesting math actually. I was completely astonished by the precise of the math. So they take 360 degrees and divide it by 27 nakshatras. That gives 13.2 degrees of angle. Right? அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி 4
பாதம்
9 padas வருது, but 4 what do we call நட்சத்திரம், sorry, correct. நீங்க சொல்ல 4 பாதம் வருது, ஒரு ராசியில 9 பாதம் வரும். ஏனா yeah. So the math was quite astonishing how they precisely
did this by taking that 30 times 12 is 360. That is how you got the whole circle of the. Other they divided by 27. That is why they got that approximately 9 padas actually.
Is that how it works? I did see this math as well, but I couldn't relate it to anything practical. In the sense, I thought we have to come, if it has to be represented as a circle, then you got 360 degree. You got to divide it into 9 and then throw everything, right? Then you get some degrees for whatever, right? The whole thing, 33, whatever. And how is it even related to anything real? I thought it was only a representational stuff, but is it actually associated with solar or lunar cycles at all? I wasn't sure. I couldn't relate it. I thought it was a diagrammatic representation and what follows to it. Do you know?
I just because it is a circle, right? The Vedic astrology is based on the circle, so that's why they divide into 360 degrees.
Oh, but what circle are we representing? ஏன்னா நமக்கு இப்ப நட்சத்திரம் or actually celestial நம்மளால relate பண்ண முடியும். பாதம் I think lunar phases relate பண்ண முடியும், right? ஆனா பாதம் is lunar phases, right? Or no? Am I understanding it?
Padam is not lunar phase.
Oh, okay. Then I'm totally off. What does Padam represent in terms of
with the reference to your position of Earth as a planet, the positioning of the stars, the Rashi is nothing but a constellation, which means you can't just take one star. Earth right? But you're not just seeing one star. One star is the most prominent at that point. If you're in New Jersey, East Coast, that is what you see. If somebody else is born in Seattle, the stars that they see in the constellation they see will be different. And that's where the 360 concept comes in, because we have decided that Earth is a circle.
I see. Got it. So Earth or a 360 degree. Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
No, anything is 360. When you're talking of rotation and revolution, everything is 360.
360.
Okay.
Now, don't confuse that with tithis. Again, tithis is between two objects, moon and the Earth.
Got it.
Right? How much of moon you see as the Earth keeps moving in its own path and Earth rotates in its own axis. Correct?
Wow, okay.
So
okay.
everything is with respect to you on that Earth. Earth always sees the moon full.
Mm-hmm.
But you are not able to see everything. As you go from day to night, your visibility of the moon is different. That is what the phase is all about.
Got it. Okay.
These are completely different topics. Another homework that you can do is why 108 is important. எப்படி அந்த 108ல கொண்டு வந்தான்னு பாருங்க. நல்லா ப்ராப்பரா ஹோம்வொர்க் பண்ணி கொண்டு வாங்க. You'll be shocked to the core. Right? And why is it that these people with all the Hubble telescope and all the Voyager and all the other trillions of dollars worth of devices that they're sending outside can't figure out? So, Vedas is not written by an individual. It is gifted to us.
That is what I was astonished, how they figured out there are 27 constellations, right?
Okay, I will say this one and we will stop here. Okay, then we can have a separate discussion. Even today, as I told you, right, Mundaka Upanishad ninga vandu attend pannala. You all showed interest, you and Sai, but you did not attend. The reason is you missed a lot of technical detail that I've explained there. Adula vandu the whole Mundaka Upanishad itself started because the question was asked, how will I attain moksha? Moksha means you are liberating from the cycle of birth and death, the repeated cycle. How do I attain moksha? Definitely it is not on WhatsApp. RIP in sonna definitely kadikka poradilla. So the question that is being answered is, there is lower level knowledge and a higher level knowledge. Two. Whatever you are learning, even if you learn 4 Vedas and you are the master of homas and pujas and everything, you are still mastering the lower level knowledge. Because these are called rituals that you are mastering it. How to chant, how to perform certain tasks, all of those things. The chemistry, physics and harmonics of it. Higher level பண்றதுக்கு வந்து we get into the mode of discovery of oneself. that there is God within this. Brahman உள்ளுக்குள்ள இருக்கா அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு. ஸ்ரீவித்யா. Again, if you take para word add பண்ணிட்டாலும் கம்ப்ளீட்டா போயிடும். வேற இடத்துல போயிடும்.
I thought Paravidya was anything that Vedas are all named Paravidya because they're still not self-revealing. Like
I want to avoid using term para because then it will give a different connotation. So I'm trying to keep it very simple. Shivan இருக்கா, பரமசிவன் இருக்கா, அதுக்கெல்லாம் கேள்வி கேட்கணும். Why two names? Why can't you live with one name? Right? So அதனோட அர்த்தமே வேற போயிடும். So again, you have to discover your inner self. அந்த inner self discover பண்றதுக்கு வந்து you have to understand that we are not just the gross body. We have a gross body, there is a subtle body, there is a causal body. Then there are koshas. 5 koshas இருக்கு. அன்னமய கோஷா, பிராணமய கோஷா, ஞானமய கோஷா, எல்லா கோஷாஸ் இருக்கு. Those are the sheets or layers that we have. And when we eat food, cereal சாப்பிட்டோம்னா அது எந்த கோஷத்துல போறது? When we learn Vedam and we gain knowledge, அது எந்த கோஷத்துல போறது? You are energizing those 5 layers, different layers, with different tools. Okay, so then we keep talking of energy. Where is this energy? Defined all the chakras, which are the energy centers. And there are 72,000 nadis, which are energy pathways. Don't mix that up with the nerves. Nerves is different. Energy pathways is different. And you get down to the path of sadhanas. You do nyasam, you do chanting of all these things. Dhyanam and various chanting நம்ம பண்றது. பண்ண your kundalini rise goes up. And as it goes up and it comes here, you start changing completely in a different manner and you start seeing the world different. All this abstract, whatever term you are used to saying Maya is what you will realize when the Kundalini comes here. From here to here is a ride that once it goes to Sahasrara, you attain moksha. So the concept that moksha is obtained after death is not correct. Moksha you can attain even when you are alive. And there are Mahapurushas who can get the Kundalini back and forth at will once they reach that level. இங்கே வந்த உடனே உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் தெரியும். நான் எழுத்தாப்புல ஆனந்த் இப்போ இவ்வளோ ஸ்மார்ட்டாக இருக்க பார்க்குறதுக்கு ஆனந்த் வெரி ரிச் கை, இந்த டெஃபினேஷன் எல்லாமே போயிடும். இட் லைக் டிஸப்பியர். லைக் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா நீங்கள்? இட்ஸ் வெரி ஈஸி டு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் வாட் ஐம் சேயிங். எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் அன் ஆப்ஜெக்ட். சடனாக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அதெல்லாம் ஆட்டம்ஸில் போய்டுறது. ரைட்? தட் ஆல் கான்செப்ட்ஸ் ஆர் டிரைவ்ட் ஃப்ரம் அவர் சாஸ்திராஸ். இது ஃபேக்ட். இது you got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So இதை சேண்ட் பண்ணுறதுல என்ன பிரயோஜனம், இது கற்றுக்கிறதுல என்ன பிரயோஜனம்ங்கிறது அது புரிஞ்சால் தான். only when you understand the mega picture, the whole picture, you will have that incentive to say, oh yeah, this is important for me. At the end of the day, you can earn $10 million in this janma. And we have not paid attention to any of what we are talking about. Correct? It will not make sense. So, back to the point which I started, there are people, many people who are actually doing tapas in Himalayas, even today. This is a fact. சின்ன caves மாதிரி இருக்கு. There are people who sit there for years. So you can say, எப்படி பசிக்காதா, டாய்லெட் போகணும், ப்ரஷ் பண்ணணும், அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. இதெல்லாம் நமக்கு தான். And Sai and Ram, if you have attended VPA classes, ரகுஜி நன்னா எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுவார். 5 உபனிஷதெல்லாம் சொல்லி தர. கடைசியில் கௌல உபனிஷத்து கடைசியில் உண்டு. ஸோ இப்போ வந்து நீங்கள் யூடியூப் செல்ஃப் லேர்னிங், கணபதி அதர்வசேஷன் கற்றுக்கல, தேவி அதர்வசேஷன் கற்றுக்கல, யூ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் காட் யூடியூப் சர்ச்சில் கௌல உபனிஷத் படிச்சுட்டு, நவ் ஐ எம் வெரி கியூரியஸ், ஐ வாண்ட் நோ த மீனிங். ஓ இட் சேஸ் வேதம் அவசியம் இல்லை, குழியும் அவசியம் இல்லை, துணியும் அவசியம் இல்லைன்னு ஆரம்பிக்கும் வச்சுக்கோ. குமார்லாம் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தா இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட், நீங்கள் இதை கற்றுக்குங்க அப்படின்னாக்கா, that is for people who have reached that level. The assumption is you have finished grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, எல்லாம் ஆகி PhD level வந்தா you're talking at the PhD level language. So the chronology and the sequence matters. You have to progress from where you are. Correct? So there are people who have reached that status of sadhana that I'm talking about. There are people who are 120 years, 250 years still alive. They are masters of all these sadhanas. And I've told you about already transcendental TM technique. The sadhana panni, you can defy gravity and gravitate, you can shrink, you can expand. All of these things are happening amongst us. It's just that we are too busy even to notice any of those things. So there is a world out there by itself. Why I'm bringing the topic is there are people who communicate with stars, who transport themselves, communicate with stars, even from Himalayas, talk to them, communicate with the dead. They attain that capability. Now we can mock at them, we can say, oh, this is all a joke. I'm sure Boeing was there before Ramayana. Ella mockeryum pannikkalam. There is nothing that you got to concretely prove that this is all mocking, this is all bogus. Because they don't feel obliged to come and convince Anand Kak. They don't feel the need to convince you. You want to believe it, believe it. You don't want to believe it, it's your problem. Right? But I will share a video if possible. And if I'm allowed to say that one of that person, I think that person himself or that person's ashramam, Guruji has visited Neil and Rekha's house in the past.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I've seen ஒருத்தர் வந்து எங்காத்துக்கு வந்திருந்தார். நான் காலேஜ் வந்தபோது 98ல innovating time. He came from exactly where the place. அதுல ஒரு நாள் வந்து தங்கியிருந்தார் actually. When I was a student. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சவர் இருந்தார் சாஸ்திரி அவர் கூட்டின்னு வந்தார். And won't believe 4 மணிக்கு it's a hard winter. 4 மணிக்கு அவர் வந்து இந்த பச்சை தண்ணியில் குளிக்கிறார் இந்த கண்ட்ரில. 4 o'clock I couldn't touch the water actually.
Yeah,
nothing happens. I was like
no, Himalayasல போனாக்க நாங்க போறதை பார்த்தா நீங்க ஸ்பேஸ்ல போற மாதிரி நாங்க சூட்லாம் போட்டிருந்தோம். 4 layers of sweater internally here, thermals, அதுக்கும் மேல jacket. I'll show you the jacket. I mean, you will melt in that jacket here. And still we were shivering on top of Kailash Mansarovar and those places. They are sitting bare body. Okay, so Mahapurusha Ayachanaka, they don't need to be bound by any Nityanushtana. They don't need to do it. They don't need to take a shower for any days because the body is highly self-regulated. And it's all about the center of it, and I'll conclude it. It's all about Manas. So in Mundaka Upanishad class, I have explained the whole process, how we shift from Karmendriya to Jnanendriya and why those Indriyas matter and why it is significant to understand what they are, so that at least you start the process now. Even if it is late, half of your Janmam is gone, start the process now. Maybe next Janma you'll get moksha, you don't know. People have asked the question, do you really think I can do it? I said, of course you can do it. And it is very important that is taken seriously, because this cycle of birth and rebirth is not an infinite choice, that God is going to create you and send you back over and over again into this planet Earth. At some point, he's going to get tired of you.
It's a beautiful story about Sadashiva Brahmendra. He lived in air actually. He doesn't need food actually. So he started with food, he gave up food, then he started living in leaves.
Yes.
Then he said, I don't even need leaves, I can just suck up air and fill my body.
And these are things that you have to go. No, you have to go through the scripture. They are all available in scriptures. It's not like those people are all doing BS. They're all available in the scriptures. You just need to learn, read, understand, and practice.
And our Koil actually in Tamil Nadu, there's a temple for him.
So I hope it was motivating enough for all of you to learn Vedas and practice more. I'm bringing you back all to ground zero.
One last point. Actually, when I was growing up, I was probably like maybe 7th or 8th ஒரு ஆசிரமம் போயிட்டு இருந்தோம். பக்கத்துல அந்த ஆசிரமத்துல இருந்த அவர் அந்த குருக்கள் அவரோட தங்க பையன், he was actually 5.5 years old, but I still remember that. எல்லா விதமும் வந்து he used to be able to recite. because he was saying that சின்ன வயசுலேருந்தே அட்லீஸ்ட் பிறக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடிலேருந்தே தங்க வந்து she was always அங்க எல்லாம் ஆசிரமத்தை பராமரிச்சிருந்தா அதை வந்து வயத்துல இருந்து கேட்டுட்டே இருந்திருக்கு அப்படின்ற மாதிரி அவரு சொல்லிட்டாரு. நேர்ல சிலதெல்லாம் பார்த்தாக்கா it is astonishing.
இல்ல நீங்க போங்க, திருவான்மியூர் பக்கத்துல ஒரு கோவில் இருக்கு. இடத்துல திருவான்மியூர் மெயின் கோவில் பக்கத்துல இருந்து கொஞ்சம் நார்த் டுவர்ட்ஸ் சென்னை பக்கம் போனேன்னா ஒரு ரோட்ல பைலேன்ல அங்க அந்த பேர் மறந்து போயிடுது. சக்கர அம்மனும் சக்கர இது சம்திங் லேடி widow and she became a sannyasi and she will talk about this traveling in air, defying gravity and all that stuff. போய் பாருங்க physical. When you go there and see and read and you will understand. So also siddhars, if you feel that this is all BS, you go and talk to siddhars. They'll connect you with your people who are deceased in your family. But I always tell you one thing, quest for knowledge is good. Quest for knowledge without a guide is most dangerous for two reasons. You need to have somebody who has been down that path to know what are the pros and cons and risks. Avoid what do's and don'ts. நீங்களா எக்ஸ்ப்ளோரேட்டரி போனால் இந்த மைண்ட் அகெயின் மனஸ் ஒன்ஸ் யூ லூஸ் கண்ட்ரோல் நோபடி கேன் பிரிங் யூ பேக். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் நீங்கள் போய் படித்து பார்த்து எல்லாம் பண்ணினா தான் உங்களுக்கு நம்பிக்கை வரும். லைக் ஐ ஹோப் ஹரிஷ் யூ கேன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் so much of Tamil. I spoke a lot of Tamil. I hope it was not boring to you.
Yeah, I get some of it.
Yeah, I'm promising you probably in 6 months I'll start speaking Kannada. That is for sure. Yeah.
No worries, Anna. I don't mind because I fortunately hang out with so many Tamil.
Correct.
It's the same story. Every Tamil speaks in Tamil most of the time.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, if you did not understand, I can summarize it for you later. Right?
No worries.
So let's get started.
I don't mind at all.
By the way, is this getting recorded right now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, I want to. Our Anand Vishwanath சொன்னதெல்லாம் I want to kind of go back and listen.
I hope it is loud enough and clear to be recorded. So live stream is on. I didn't stop it.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely want to
Sure
look at it again.
No, we can discuss, and I'm anyway going to be covering in some of my podcasts a lot of these things. That is the whole purpose, because I've disseminated knowledge periodically. Some of the things I even forgot. Like I told you, right, Vishnu Sahasranam, when I started putting the group this thing, two ladies said, I've already learned it. I said, who did you learn it from? He said, I learned it from you. You conducted the class. எனக்கே மறந்து போச்சு நான் கிளாஸ் எடுத்திருக்கேன். So too many things going on, right? Okay, back to Udagashanti. Nakshatram Uttaraproshthapada. Devata Ahirbudhniyah. Ahirbudhniyah. Prathamana eti.
Ahirbudhniyah. Prathamana eti. Ahirbudhniyah. Prathamana eti.
Sreshto devanamut manushanam.
Sreshto devanam manushanam. Sreshto devanam manushanam.
Tam brahmanas. Is you're chanting the is also together, right?
Yeah.
So is Swarita, okay? So mapas somyasah.
So mapas somyasah. So mapas somyasah. So
So swaras are now falling in place. More or less you are in sync. But at times somebody is dragging the matra slightly. So now you're trying to focus on matra. What is one matra? What is two matra? That is to be practiced a lot. And that is the crux of Vedic chanting, right? So mapa, you see, so to pa to ma one. That transition has to be. So if you drag it, so ma pa gone. We can't change the meter. So pay attention to that. Proshthapada Ish soft, tha hard. Proshtha ishtha, right? Proshthapada Abhirakshanti sarve.
Abhirakshanti sarve. Abhirakshanti sarve.
Vishwa, again, that is a feedback for you. Let the so complete as per the tempo. For example, Proshthapada so it takes so much time. If you do Proshthapada so Abhirakshan rushing. Try to keep the matra, then you will also be in sync. More or less the swaras are falling in place. That's a big progress. So, Chatvara Ekamabhi. Karma Devaha. Proshthapada sa iti yan vadanti. Pay attention the way I chanted it. Try to see if you are able to repeat it exactly. Proshthapada sa. Anudata is important. Don't rush. Then iti. Ti is anudata. If you don't pay attention, Proshthapada sa iti, then you are rushing without swarastha. So try to make sure that you give each other swaras. Te buddhniyam parishadyagas dhuvantaha. Iggus is Swarita.
Another split mother.
Correct.
Split பண்ணிடலாமா ப்ளீஸ்?
என்ன பண்ணிடலாம்?
ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணலாமா?
அந்த வேர்டை மட்டும் இன்னொரு ரிப்பீட் பண்ணுங்க.
ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணணும். ஓகே, நான் ஸ்கிரிப்ட் பண்ணணுமான்னு காதல் வேண்டியது நான் பார்த்துட்டு என்னடா ஸ்ப்ளிட். ஓகே ஓகே. தே புத்னியம் பரிஷத்யகஸ் Now is I have already grabbed it, but for the sake of completion, stuvantaha.
ஒரு क्वेश्चन. பூ இத் தா இருக்கு கரெக்டாங்க? Because I'm not hearing that da correct.
Buddhaniyam. Iddha புத்திங்கிற மாதிரி.
ஓகே. புத்தி தா இருக்கு. புத்தி
இல்ல அது ஸ்கிரிப்ட் தப்பு. அதுல புத்தனியம்.
எனக்கு அது தாவத் ரெண்டும் இருக்கு.
கரெக்ட்.
சோ அது
புத்தனியம்
இல்ல இது வந்து தமேந்தி தாவோட இது புத்.
And I think it is individual letters are there in the script, but the way you pronounced is all together Buddhniyam, right?
Correct.
So in the script it is Buddhaniyam.
Then that is wrong. That is wrong. Script error. It's a script error.
Harish explained it very well.
Correct.
That's exactly how it is.
I think it's not a script error. சமஸ்கிருதத்துல மேல கீழே ஒரே இதா வந்துருது. அதை கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணும்போது அதால அந்த ரெப்ரசன்டேஷன் கிடையாதுல மத்த.
இல்ல. அதுல கரெக்ட். ஏன் ஹரிஷ் சொல்றது கரெக்ட்னாக்கா சமஸ்கிருதத்துல if I have typed id and dha and then நீ தனியா போட்டிருந்தேன்னா in all other native script also it will come out the same way.
அப்படிதான் போட்டிருக்கீங்க நீங்க.
That is what I'm saying. That itself is wrong. In Sanskrit itself the நீயோட அந்த காலுக்கும் நாக்கும் நடுப்புற வரணும் id and dha.
Got it. Makes sense.
Got it?
Yep. புரியுதுனா. Makes sense.
Both id and dha both are half. Ni is full. Buddhniyam. Clear?
It is script correct பண்ணுவீமா?
நான் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். I'll do the correction. Yeah. நீங்க மேல பாருங்க அந்த தேவதா இதுல கரெக்ட்டா இருக்கான்னு.
Yeah, correct.
That is how it should be. That is how it should be. Here it is a typo. Correct? Even the first one, ahir buddhniya, ella இடத்துலயும்.
Yeah, first one is also correct.
Correct. Exactly. So this particular place it's a typo error. We'll correct that. Ahigam rakshanti. Namasopasadya. Super. So that completes Uttara Proshtabada. The Homam mantra for that is Ahaye Buddhiyaya Swaha Proshtabhadebhya Swaha Pradishtayai Swaha. That is the Home mantra. Revati Nakshatram Devata Pusha. Pusha Revatyanveti Pantham. Pushtipati. Pushti. Rendu anudata. So, naisa arambiru. Don't start pu as udata. Pushtipati. Pashupa. Vajabastyau. Imani havya. Prayata Jushana. Sugairno yanai. என்னமா?
நோ வந்து அனுதாத்தா வருமா?
அனுதாதா.
சுகைர்
லலா சுகைர்னோ யானை. கரெக்ட். ரூபயாதாம் யஜ்ஞம். Kshadraan Pashun somebody is dragging it too long. Kshadraan, Dran, that's all. It is not Kshadraan. No, that is wrong. Correct. Pashun Rakshatu Revatinah. Gavo no Ashwagam. Gavo no Anudata. Gavo no Ashwagam. Again, don't try to sound it like Swarita. Don't say ash. Ash. Very baseline. Ashwagam. Anvetu Pusha. Super. All of you chanted very well. I could see that effort to make sure that the Anudata is there for no. Anagam Rakshantau. Bahudha Virupam. Vajagam Sanutau. Yajamanaya Yajñam. Now this is Revati. The home mantra is Ushne Swaha Revatyai Swaha Pashubhya Swaha. A very tangential question. Does Revati connect something to something? Context is the word Revati. I'm not talking Nakshatram Revati, word Revati. And you're learning Vedam. Go figure out. Most of the mantrangal, Veda mantrangal, ella chant pandrathu Revati Raganda. Anyway. So, next nakshatram, Ashwini. Devata, Ashwini Devo.
என்னோட நட்சத்திரம்.
ஆஹா. இன்னைக்கு உங்க நட்சத்திரோட கிளாஸ் முடிக்கலாம் நம்ம. அப்ப இப்ப யாரெல்லாம் they don't speak their nakshatra or rashi, I am doubtful whether they know it or not. I have not.
Mine is Ashwini. Mine is second class.
Oh, Neil and I are same, okay.
Neil and you are same. What is Ravi?
Chitra Nakshatra.
Chitra Nakshatra, okay. And Anand? Bharani. And Ram?
Kritika.
Harish?
Pushya.
Pushya Nakshatra.
Pushya.
Our Guruji is Pushya Nakshatra. BPA.
Oh.
Vishwa?
Maga Nakshatra.
Maga Nakshatra. I've already told you mine. Shatabishak.
Shadabhishek.
So great. Tad Ashvina Vashva. Yujopayatam. Shobhangamishthau. Shu here is hard. Shu. Shubha. Shubhangamishthau. Suyame bhirashvaihi. Swannakshatragam habisha yajantau. Madhva sampraktau. Yajusha samaktau. Yau devanam. Bheshajau havyavahau. Vishwasya dhuta vamrutasya gopau. Tau nakshatram jujushano payatam. Payatam. Yaro utar ya svarita pota. So be careful. Correct. Now it is correct. நமோக்கு அப்புறம் இப்போ அவக்கிரகா இருக்கு, ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. நமோஷ்விப்யாம். Again, Krunamoke அப்புறம் அவக்கிரகா. Krunamoshvayubhyam.
Namo
Shrutyam
Two people said mo with Anudata. No. Kronomoshva. Kronomoshva. Yubhyam. Yugbhyam. Correct. So that completes Ashwini Nakshatram. Homa mantra for that is Ashvibhyagam Swaha, Ashvayubhyagam Swaha, Shrotraya Swaha, Shrutyai Swaha. Make sense? So that completes so far. Still we have Apabharani, Amavasyai. These are things that we can cover in the next class. And again, then we also talk about Chandrama, right? The moon, which is very, very important. Do homework. What is Ahoratri? Okay. Ahoratri, Usha. Why these things are being worshipped? Nakshatram, Suryam, right?
Okay.
Then again, you're bringing in Aditi. What is Aditi? Then you talk of Vishnu and Agni, Anumati, all of these things. Havyavahamna, again, those who are doing lots of homam, you need to understand what is Havyavaham. What is the difference between Agni and Havyavaham? Right? So we'll cover all that stuff in the next class. Next class, there won't be any discourses. We'll just finish off these mantras and see if in one shot we can go. You all can chant with me Nakshatra Upahoma mantras, which I have been chanting after every Nakshatram. Adelladaiyum pottu ahuti vittunde irpa line. So you all can chant. So prepare well for chanting that, so that we can finish all of this stuff, which will virtually take you to the last segment of Udagashanti.
Call us about 10 in literally 10 seconds.
Yeah. Sure. Take care. Have a nice weekend.
Happy Pongal.
Happy Pongal. Happy Pongal.
Okay, happy Pongal. Namaskaram.